Jocelyn. Nice to see you again, and Harris from BBC Sport. First off, obviously your first game in the WSL. Just tell us how you felt it went for your side.
Obviously, I'm disappointed at this moment, but and maybe even more when I see how we started this game. We were really good in place, and I really like the first 20-25 minutes of the first half. Organization was good. We were really in the game. Unfortunately, of course, after the game changed completely, Arsenal start to increase the rhythm, start to play faster. Adapted also to the problem we created, so they came back to the game. And it started to become harder for us. And I regret really the second half we barely existed during the second half. I think we are able to do so much better.
A lot of people have described you as being disruptors in the league, you know, a bit of an unknown. Obviously so much quality in the squad. Do you think that you were able to do that with Arsenal today? You were able to disrupt them?
We have the capacity to adapt to the WSL. As I said before the game, one of our challenge will be to adapt to the rhythm, adapt to the intensity, which is completely different compared to Championship. Fortunately, we recruited some players who know what this intensity is, what this rhythm is. But now we need to create a team. If we just have the sum of a good player, of course it won't be enough to perform and to compete in this league. So I have a lot of job to do now to create some connection, to create really cohesion in this team, to defend and attack all together. They also need to understand the game project. Many of the players who started today just arrived 1 week, 10 days ago. So we have a good positive things we can build on, but we have also so many things we need to improve.
Thank you. Hi, Jocelyn Prêcheur from the Times. You've talked about how this was a big challenge for your team on the pitch today, but it was also felt like quite a big occasion. You know, you had the kind of the fireworks before the match. You had Arsenal bringing out the Champions League trophy, and we're obviously in a massive stadium. How do you think your team handled kind of that side of things and maybe the pressure that comes with that?
I was a little afraid at the beginning, especially for our young players who play in the WSL for the first time. It could be a problem, but when I see how we started this game, I think they were really able to forget all this environment. And I really ask them to stay focused on the pitch and on the game plan, on their role. So on that point, I'm pretty satisfied. After we play Arsenal, we play the champion of Europe. So of course, we expected a very tough game, especially in the Emirates, in front of the fan. But anyway, I think we are able to do better than this.
And can I also ask about an incident that happened in the second half? Chloe Kelly kind of put her stance really into the back of Nikita Parris's leg and got a yellow card. Do you think that was a fair decision?
The decision is made, so fair or not fair, it will not change anything anymore.
Thank you.
Hi, Catherine Batty from Telegraph. You did an in-game interview in the first half. I just wondered how you found that experience, whether you enjoyed it, whether you found it a bit distracting from kind of, managing.
Sorry, can you repeat? I didn't understand.
You did an interview during the first half. I just wondered how you found it. Was it distracting at all?
No, they asked only one question. So, and at that moment, we are good in space. I'm happy they didn't do it in the second half.
Yeah. In the rush time and goal. You mentioned about adapting this season. I know that some of the players have talked about having big expectations, and obviously the club as well has grabbed so many headlines. Are you having to kind of balance wanting to be a great competitive team in this league, but also having to adapt because you signed so many players and you need to create that cohesion? Like, how is that balance of trying to be ambitious and get results quickly, but knowing that you might need time?
The good point is with the leader I have and with Michel, we really know what the final point is. We know where we want to go. After we are talking about the WSL, we are talking about probably the toughest league in the world. So of course, it's even if we are ambitious, we know it will be very tough, and we cannot be done in just 1 week or even one summer, despite all the transfer window you did. So we know where we want to go. I'm fully convinced the club will be a big club in the near future, but how much time we need to compete with this kind of club? Come on, we are talking about Arsenal, not a common club, but they just won the Champions League. How much time we will need, I cannot tell you. It will really depend on how fast we create this cohesion, to create some complementary between all the new signing. We missed a few of them this afternoon. Danielle didn't play. We missed her a lot. Grass just arrived yesterday, so we need to give time to arrive, adapt. New country, new league for Grass, but when we will probably have a tough beginning of this league. But as soon as we start to adapt to create this cohesion, I stay optimistic, and I think we can reduce the gap we saw today between Arsenal and us.
Helen Jerome from the New Women's Sport magazine. For the first, as you say, 25 minutes, maybe even longer, just until they scored, that was an extraordinary goal by Olivia Smith, wasn't it? It was just like ridiculous. It felt like you were really well laid out, and you were playing on the side, on the wings a lot. But you seemed to go quite narrow in the second half. You were going out, but then coming back in again. And I wondered if you were frustrated by some of the way the play went.
Yeah, I think we were in second half. We were absolutely not able to build anything, what normally should be our main strength. The way Arsenal defended and how they pressed was something we analyzed before. And for me, we fall in the trap almost all the time. We don't have the capacity to keep the ball if we play too long. And unfortunately, this is what we did all the time. One of the key points of this game was our capacity to switch play, really to find as fast as possible the gap on the space on the opposite side. We did it very well the first 20-25 minutes with some diagonal refined with a 2v1, 2v2. But I think we didn't do it even one time in the second half. So I don't know, after I need to talk with the player why we went far away from the game plan, despite the fact we talk about this during the halftime. We need to come down a little, show more serenity. We have the technical capacity to fight against this pressing and not be so predictable, playing so much more direct like we did the second half.
Was Katie Zelem all right? She went off at half-time. Katie Zelem?
Yeah.
She went off at half-time. Is she okay?
No, she's okay. I will... The last 15 minutes, I wanted to bring more physicality into midfield. We lost the battle of the midfield the last 15 minutes, and I don't want this happen again. So I made just a different profile in the midfield. And after 60 minutes, this is the decision we made. We try to come in more offensive player. This is the way I am. If I still have a chance, I prefer to do it. For me, losing 2-1, 4-1 or 5-1, it doesn't change anything. I prefer to play my chance and to see if we can score, despite the fact I play against Arsenal. And of course, after, when you make this kind of decision, I assume completely, but the defensive job becomes even harder for the others. And I would also mention their subs created more trouble for us. But when you come in Ford, Manoun, Blackstenius and mid, it was a little too hard for us.
Thank you very much.
Last question, please.
Hi, Jocelyn. Thanks for speaking to us today. Tom Marr from the Halfway Line. I just wanted to ask about Imuran as well. She came off injured right at the end.
No, I think she's okay. She told me she was probably more exhausted than injured. I need to check with the medical, but I'm positive. And by the way, I'm also positive about her performance. For the first game in WSL, she did it well.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.